Welcome to the 2024 Telford journey with the Dan Cave and Scale Fanatics.
Okay, so I have just arrived at the hotel after a couple of hours driving. Kind of up the M5. Guess traffic around Birmingham was busy. Sat-nav routed me through Kidderminster A449, which is a really pleasant drive. But it did mean I kind of forgot about the kits in the boot, so I could have 2 crates full of lots of plastic bits. But I don't know until I get it and have a look, because I don't have a look yet. The first I've stopped since I left home. So that's the big question. What's going to be in the boot? Let's get out and have a look.
And yes, the kits did survive the journey. A little bit of movement, but nothing broken or damaged. So once I was set up at the hotel, it was off to the Telford International Centre to get set up. Mainly consisted of 3 people stood around looking at one person setting up their 787B. And that's Alan's 787B, of course. So throughout the couple of our setup, there was a couple of incarnations of our layout on the table. A few changes were made, a few improvements were made, and then finally we were reasonably happy with our setup of our first table and our first year as a virtual branch. So as we finish on the Friday night, the setup of the table is pretty much complete. We have a couple of things to come in on the next day, but we're happy with our first layout. It shows the diversity in the club and a variety of things that are built and modelled on our virtual branch.
So the show has literally just opened. Say hello, everybody. Hello.
So my original intention was to record a lot more video around the show. I didn't quite do as much as I wanted, but here's a selection of some of the things I did grab. The audio was awful in the venue, certainly from my recording skills. So all of this has been done as a voiceover, which once again, they had a fantastic display set up with a massive Jaguar, pride of centre place on that SIG. Just along from them, there was the Cars, the Star, some fabulous models, all linked back to movies and TV shows. Certainly things that I remember from my youth, iconic cars from iconic TV shows and movies. Airfix were there with their brand new Lysander in 48 scale. That was the big reveal the day before the show. And it was really good to see manufacturers like Agora Models there as well, bringing a slightly different flavour to scale modelling, mainly focusing on pre-painted large scale, similar to partwork style. And then there's the thorough enjoyment of wandering through all the club tables, the usual vast array of military aircraft, armour, ships. But what was very interesting to see this year is the amount of diversity across all the tables, whether it's sci-fi, cars, motorbikes, game-related, which we'll come on to in a second. You name it, there was a subject. And this table in particular, which actually won the best IPMS branch table for their complete game-themed display that they put on. It was absolutely fantastic. Brought back a lot of memories of some iconic games from my youth. So, of course, wandering around all the tables, you see some fantastic gems of modelling, whether it's large scale aircraft, 72nd, 48 scale aircraft, 35th scale armour, 24th scale buses, wrecked vehicles, you name it. Someone has a display of it. So I have been saying for a few years that this hobby needs a lot of diversity in it. It's great to see that that's finally bearing fruition. Even though military aircraft is a topic that I'm particularly fond of, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It shouldn't be a barrier for people to be a member of the IPMS. People should be free to build whatever they want and have a place to display it. And I think Telford's beginning to turn into that place where there is such a variety. Now, there is, of course, still a substantial amount of military modelling, like these large-scale US Air Force, particular topic I like myself. But it was also brilliant to see that the top SIG table actually went to this table, which was all animal models, which was absolutely fantastic. And that was the best SIG on display at Scale Model World. Now, one of my personal favorite tables was this one, which was I think it was the Gulf War SIG. Really enjoyed looking at this, as these are a lot of kits that I built many, many years ago myself. This was a stunning diorama from IPMS Bern. Absolutely fantastic level of detail and fantastic level of work achieved in this. So, some personal highlights from Scale Fanatics. Our very own Alan Parker won gold for civilian vehicles and best in class for civilian as well. And here's a few highlights of some of the things that were on our table from Alan, Peter, Jamie, and of course myself as well. So thanks to everyone for watching. Stay tuned for more stuff in my next bench update about what I've purchased. But for now, thanks for watching.